it's JR, the TechSpat OPG, and we're here today doing
number 20.
Number 20 of old guys talking shit. Well, getting here was half the fun today. We had a nice drive on the motorbike and got to see the new pricing signs on the gas stations. Today it was what, 95 pesos? And I think 2 weeks ago we were paying 51 or 52.
Now is that per liter or per gallon?
Per liter.
Per liter.
Yeah, per liter. That had, that's pretty pricey. That's nearly 100% increase, and it's all war related. It's all the Straits of Hormuz thing.
Last time I checked, the price of gas was over 20 years ago, back when I was in Canada, and I had to put gas in the car.
And? Well, how much was it?
20 years ago, I'm going to remember the price.
Well, yeah, of course.
It was probably like about, I don't know, 30 cents a liter?
30 cents a liter. Now, this thing now, the big problem is that, we've got all our public transportation here, our trike drivers and our jeepneys, taxis, they're paying double for fuel now. And I think you told me today that they can't raise their prices.
Yeah, the president said that he was putting a freeze on fare increases.
Well, the other day, I thought I heard a rumor that they were going to cap it, but they didn't cap it apparently.
I see. Well, I thought
you told me that they were going to cap the price.
Yeah, and then nothing was done about it.
Oh, okay. That was it.
Yeah. I was talking with Ray a little while ago, and she said, and I said, that doesn't sound too fair for the poor guys. They can't increase their fares. And she said, yeah, every time the price goes up, they increase their fares. If the price goes down, they don't decrease their fares. So she said, it kind of just all kind of blends now.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Yeah, so anyway, back to this gas situation. I guess all of that is pretty much caused by this war. Pretty much.
Would appear so.
Yeah, it's war related because before it started and before they threatened the Straits and started blowing up oil tankers and things over there, we had 52 pesos, I think. And now we're at like 95 or something.
Yeah.
So nearly 100% up. That's a lot. That's more than in the U.S. The U.S., theirs was, I think the other day I saw the average price was up like 28 cents a gallon.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Do you think Trump anticipated this?
Oh, of course. Yeah, he's certainly aware of the oil market. I mean, that, everybody in the U.S., they live for the oil market. I mean, every decision that they ever make is, oil prices are this and oil prices are that. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they talk about. That and eggs.
Okay.
Remember the eggs went on for like 3 weeks. They talked about egg prices.
Here's a question I have. Trump has just recently said he's going to relax the sanctions against Russia oil. Why does he do that when he has Venezuela right next door that he now controls? Why doesn't he just open that up and start shipping oil out of Venezuela?
I'm going to tell you, I am just not real sure about Trump and Putin. I started thinking they were gay lovers a long time ago.
Oh yeah, no question. No question.
This is just, it seems like that he's always siding with Putin on everything. And honestly, I don't know about the corruption and the money that Ukraine's taken and done the wrong thing with it or whatever. I don't know anything about that, but he just seems always to do things that benefit Putin and the Russian regime. I don't know.
Well, I mean, if you want to go to that side of it, think a little bit further. Putin has now got a charge against him from the World Court.
Mm-hmm.
Zelensky doesn't.
Right.
So,
yeah, it looks like, you kind of wouldn't side with the criminal element.
yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of hard to say. I really not sure what the deal is on that. I guess.
Plus the fact, when Trump and Putin met in Alaska,
Mm-hmm.
theoretically, the United States was supposed to arrest him.
Yeah, that would be true. That's the same as they did with Duterte when he showed up in Europe, right?
I don't know. I just see two very differing attitudes. He's got an attitude with Russia that he wants to get in bed with, and he's got Ukraine. He doesn't really give a shit.
Yeah, it's a strange thing. I haven't figured it out either. I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Same with this Iran thing. That's going to be a wait and see thing too, because it's definitely not over. Not over.
Far from it.
Far from it. And the things that I always thought that they'd do first, they'd put off to last. Like I figured that cutting off the head of the snake, you'd take that Karg Island,
Mm-hmm.
and occupy it. Go ahead and put your Marines on the shore and occupy that little island. That's where all of the money, being oil, leaves Iran. That's where they make their money.
Maybe, though, he had to delay that because of the armed forces of Iran that could have decimated the Marines that he would put on that island.
They did away with them in one day this time, and they could have done that before. So, yeah, I don't think so. I just think
there's a lot of things
backwards.
A lot of things we think they could have done and they haven't done yet. So
yeah, the last thing I want to be is an armchair general, because I'm not.
Yeah.
I just, I look at things, and of course a lot of things have already happened, so you look at things and you think, they should have done this and they should have done that. And bottom line, I don't know. It's not up to me to decide.
Okay.
So
here's one other thing.
It is up to me to have my own opinion, though.
Yeah. Here's one other thing. What do you think about Trump being pissed off with the NATO countries who don't want to bring their ships into the strait to help protect ships?
Well, I think that NATO, kind of owes the U.S. They've been basically sucking up our dollars for a long time. And
okay, but NATO's argument is, you didn't talk to us first before you did this. Why didn't you at least give us notice?
I don't know about that. I personally, I figure they did know. And what they tell you in public and what they tell you in private is two different things. I just can't believe that they didn't know. That'd be pretty impossible.
Carney didn't know about it.
Well, Carney doesn't know about a lot of things. He's in Canada.
Well, he was in Europe when that happened.
Is Canada NATO? They're big NATO, aren't they?
They're one of the originators. Yes,
yeah, original NATO. Yeah. So that's
and
he should have known.
Even though we do not meet that 2% minimum,
right?
They're one of the biggest contributors in terms of dollars.
Yeah.
In NATO, but not percentage-wise.
Percentage-wise, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. I just, like I said, I don't know. I just don't even feel qualified to talk about the war and stuff, because you just can't know. The truth isn't in it, as it were. I just don't know. The things I do know are what I can look out and see in my yard, like my cats are hungry and things like that.
Okay.
But
let's move on to something else that's kind of close to my heart.
What would that be?
Cuba.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Cuba too. So
being from Canada, Cuba, we've been friends of theirs. We've invested in them and we've tried to help them out.
Yeah.
So now, what do you think about how the country is basically shut down their whole power grid because they have nothing to power it with?
Well, I think that, if you're the United States, you've got a really good leverage there to do something. And I think that they need to do it quick, because if they're going to do anything, they need to do it fast, because when you let problems linger, the people get mad, they get angry with you. And you just can't let a problem like that linger. You've got to say, oh, well, hey, we're coming to help, and go do it.
But he's infuriated a lot of the people in America because he has now gone ahead and said he wants Cuba to be the 51st state.
Well, he in the States is something else. He said that about Canada now too, about Alberta and the western provinces and stuff. He said it about Greenland. The guy's he's statehood nuts.
He's an expansionist.
Yeah, definitely an expansionist. And I don't think any of that there's just nothing to that. I mean, it's too difficult, first of all, to be a state. It takes a lot of work to do that.
But as a head of a country, is it appropriate for him to speak out like that all the time?
It's his business. He can say what he wants, But let's separate appropriate and having good sense. And if we do that, I'd say in a lot of cases, Trump says a lot of things, and it sounds like he doesn't really think it through before he says it.
Yeah.
That's a problem, and that's a problem that everybody sees. It's not a problem that I see. It's a problem that everybody talks about. Remember, he's the midnight tweeter.
Yeah.
So you can't say much about that.
Okay, let's put that all behind us. I just read in the news today that the fellow that blew open this whole corruption business, the billions of dollars in Minnesota.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
he's in California now, and he's finding the same thing is happening there.
Yeah, and maybe even deeper than was it Minnesota, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Except that Newsom has decided to attack him and call him a pedophile.
Yeah, I saw that. I mean, that's just going too far. Newsom is off. Sometimes we think the Donald is off the track. Well, Newsom's really off the track. He's way off. And what has the guy done? I mean, you think about California. The last thing in the world that I'd want is our country to be like California. Be nice to have the beach, but everywhere. But you kind of can't do that.
Well, it'd be a nice place to go, maybe for a train ride someday.
Yeah. I'd take that bullet train anytime. That'd be really nice. But we may have to wait a while for that.
Yeah, probably another 100 years.
At the rate they're going, it would take that long. Sure, absolutely. That's not even joking. Nope. And another how many $billions?
Yeah,
billions. They've spent, I think, 25 or 30 billion already, and they haven't laid an inch of track. And it doesn't even go where they said it was going to go.
And the people that are going to be paying for it, the wealthy, are all leaving the state.
The ones that are going to be paying for it aren't even born yet.
Wow.
They're not born.
Well, the ones that are there are going to be paying for it too.
Yeah, the ones that are there now, they'll be paying for it.
You're still seeing a lot of the millionaires leaving the state.
Yeah.
Because of the wealth tax that they're imposing.
All the taxes. They have all.
You've got
those guys, every time that they meet, they come up with new tax ideas.
Well, now they've come up with minimum wage, $30.
Yeah. And sell your car tax and sell your house tax and all kinds of,
Well, they want to catch everybody who's leaving, so.
Yeah. Well, they were talking about a tax on selling your house. on the sale price of the house, when you sell your house, you have to pay them just like they were the real estate agent or something. I mean, Jesus Christ, those guys can think of more ways to tax people. I mean, if they were that creative about saving money, the state would be, they'd be, you know, daddy warbucks with cash.
Well,
But they're definitely not thinking about saving anything.
he's turning California into a communist state,
Yeah.
just like what's happening in New York.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the New York thing, I mean, geez, I still can't believe that they elected Mamdani. That was just, you know. The guy had a good work history, though. He had a resume. He worked for his mom.
Yeah.
You know, so I guess you can't go wrong with that, keeping it in the family.
It's true.
Yeah. Well, one thing that we probably ought to talk about is we did get out this week and go hang out here in town, and there wasn't anything to see because nothing opens anymore. What, one restaurant over here open and maybe one bar, and that was it. And
That was a sports bar.
yeah, and I think the bar that was across the street from where we were sitting, they opened at like 6 o'clock. That was the only other one on the street. It's just not like it used to be.
They're open 7 days a week.
7 days a week. And we went out on a Monday and everything's closed just about. We found,
It's becoming a ghost town.
yeah, it's a ghosting.
For foreigners.
Surprised, that, I mean, nothing opens till 6 and Monday they're closed mostly. That sure wasn't the way it was when we left.
Yeah.
What else can you say?
We're a dying breed.
A dying breed. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess we learned our lesson is don't go out on Monday. That'd be a good rule of thumb.
Well, unless you want the town to yourself.
Yeah, if you want the town to yourself, you go out on Monday.
I had a good time.
Yeah, I did too. But like I said, it kind of amazed me that you look up and down the street and up and down the main street on the highway, and all the bars and stuff are closed.
Yeah.
Closed Monday. That surprised me too. Something else was closed Monday that I can't remember what it was. Oh, this place, Hops and Brews. It's closed Monday.
Wasn't it always?
I think so, and I just thought about it again. But yeah, I think it's always been closed Monday. We actually didn't know for sure until one time we tried to schedule a shoot on Monday.
Yeah.
And they said, oh, well, we can't do it on Monday because we're closed. And we didn't know that.
Yeah.
I remember that was 4 or 5 episodes ago that happened. Everything here though, this little place is kind of surprising. It's really, I think the restaurant quality here is great and everything, and I really like the draft beer. There's not many places around here that sell draft beer. They sell the San Mig Light and Beer Not Beer and things like that, the local beers and stuff. But this place has a nice selection of draft beer, and you just don't see that in most places. We tried where was the place, Ray, that we tried out in the countryside that had the draft beer? They were a brew pub. Oh, it was upstairs, out in San Marcelino. We went to a little brew pub out there, and they only had 3 or 4 kinds of beer, and the food was I didn't think it was that good. This place here, you've got a nice selection of draft beer, and you've got a great restaurant here, really good restaurant. So I'm real pleased with that. It's nice. It's a good place to shoot and a good place to eat, so you can't beat that combination.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was about all I was thinking about on that, is that there's just not many brew pubs around here.
Yeah.
I think I saw I think I saw a brew pub advertised that was in Olongapo, but I don't know for sure. And of course, if you go to a place that says it's a brew pub and you go there and they have three kinds of draft beer, it's not really a brew pub. They've got to have more than that. So,
well, I suspect that most Filipinos are not into all of that stuff, all the foreign stuff.
No, they're pretty much into that Red Horse.
Red Horse, yeah.
And I like that too. So, I don't mind drinking with the Filipinos at all, because I like that Red Horse beer. It's strong, but it's got a good taste. It's not bad. You're not a beer drinker, so of course you don't have an opinion on that. But they also drink hard liquor too. They drink they drink a rum that's
Tanduay rum.
Tanduay rum, which is has some good brand or some good selections within the brand. Yeah, like Tanduay Superior is really good, and they've got some cheaper ones and then some more expensive ones too, and they're all pretty good. The local gin, they have some decent local gin.
Like this?
Yeah, and they have some gin that's licensed, that's English gin that's licensed for production here, like London gin, some of those, and they're really good quality stuff. I've never tried any of the whiskeys or anything like that are made locally, but I'd say that, with the gin and the rum, they've done a pretty good job. Yeah. Brew pubs, I just don't think the Filipinos, in this area now, it's going to take Filipinos to support the business, because the Western business is gone. It's just not here like it was. Yeah. And so, if you want a brew pub, you're probably not going to get it. It's not going to support maybe more than one or two. The market won't support it.
Well, and because there's not too many foreigners around anymore, I guess the brew pub is out.
Well, like I said, maybe it can support one or two here, and that's it.
Yeah.
And this is one of them.
Yeah.
And I really haven't seen another one here. I will say though that there's a lot of good restaurants around, and a lot of good Philippine food. So. From that part of it, I think we're still lucky. We get really good Philippine food here, and a good selection of Western food still. The restaurants, I guess, from the fact that they've been serving Western food for 20 or 30 years, a lot of the restaurants still do really well on serving Western food too. So we have. Anywhere you go, you have a thick menu with Western fare and Philippine fare.
Yeah, that's one thing that I've noticed about the Philippines. You go to a restaurant, and it takes a while to get through their menu.
Yeah, no kidding. They're thick.
Yeah.
Yeah. They'll have so many dishes, all the popular Philippine dishes, and then a lot of the popular Western dishes. And when you print that, it takes a lot of pages. Yeah. And it does take some time to look through it. If you want to enjoy eating out here, there's plenty of places to do that.
I remember when I was working for the Dryden Group, and so we had the restaurant here, plus the restaurant over when we had owned the, what's it called? The resort.
Yeah, the hotel over there. I can't remember the name of the hotel.
Treasure Island.
Treasure Island, yeah.
The owner, Dave, he would spend weeks every year just going over that menu and looking at, I'm going to take this out, but I'm going to add this and add this. And it's getting bigger and bigger. He's an American. And you would think, as an American, he would think, let's keep it down to a minimum so that we can really be good at what we do.
Yeah. But no, I think that's the problem that I've seen. And actually, in most of the restaurants in this whole area, is that you go in and you've got a book for a menu. And honestly, I'm like you. I think that you're better off to have a few items that you do really well and have a little bit smaller menu. Yeah. And having 60 or 70 items on a menu, you can't do them all good.
No.
It's just no way. From that standpoint, I think that's kind of a mistake. I know they all want to have some Philippine dishes because, you know, Philippine people go to these restaurants and they want to have Western dishes and they have Mexican. I mean, look at what's the restaurant over here? Sitting Bull. Sitting Bull has Mexican food. They have Chinese food. Italian. Yeah, I mean, and the menu is looks like a phone book, what a phone book used to look like. Does anybody remember phone books? I don't think they were these things with a lot of pages and people's name and phone number in it. I don't think they have those anymore.
Yeah,
that's a thing of the past.
Yeah, the white pages and the yellow pages.
Yeah, white pages and yellow pages. That's just something that's gone from our life. Sort of like a rotary phone. We're not going to see those anymore. It's over. Hardly even see any kind of phone other than a
cell phone.
Yeah, a cell phone. Have we said everything we need to say today, you know?
Probably. If we think of something else, we can always
make an addendum to the...
Ignore it.
Yeah, forget about it. This is JR, the TechSpat OTG, saying thanks for watching. Old Guys Talking Shit, number 20. Today we just didn't have a lot to say. We ran out. So hopefully you'll stick around and stick with us till we get to number 21.
Actually, we just proved that we're full of hot air. We can just keep on talking forever, even if it's about nothing. This is Jeff, the Crazy Canuck.
See you later, guys. Thanks for watching.